Hello viewers and welcome to another installment looking at industrial accident investigation. Today we will look at the Swiss cheese model, which is a common tool for understanding accident causation. Please sit back and enjoy this short session. James Reason's Swiss cheese model provides a powerful framework for understanding how accidents occur in complex systems. This model visualizes organizational defenses as layers of Swiss cheese, where the holes represent weaknesses or gaps in safety systems. When these holes momentarily align, hazards can penetrate all defensive layers, resulting in an accident. The brilliance of this model lies in its ability to show how multiple small failures must typically align for a serious accident to occur. Each layer of defense, whether it's engineering controls, administrative procedures, or personal protective equipment, has its own weaknesses or holes. Under normal circumstances, these holes are blocked by other layers of defense, preventing accidents from occurring. The model also emphasizes the dynamic nature of safety systems. The holes in our defensive layers are not static. They open, close, and shift position in response to various factors. Changes in workplace conditions, variations in human performance, modifications to procedures or equipment, organizational changes, and external pressures all influence the size and position of these weaknesses. Understanding this dynamic nature is crucial for maintaining effective safety systems. It highlights the need for continuous monitoring and adjustment of safety measures rather than assuming that once established, they will remain effective indefinitely. By applying the Swiss cheese model, investigators can analyze not just the immediate causes of an accident, but also the underlying systemic issues that allow those causes to align and result in an incident. Let's take a look at uncovering immediate causes versus underlying conditions. When investigating accidents, it's natural to focus first on immediate causes, the readily apparent factors that directly contributed to the incident. These might include an operator's mistake, malfunctioning equipment, or a clear procedural violation. While identifying these immediate causes is important, it represents only the first layer of investigation. Focusing solely on immediate causes can lead to superficial solutions that fail to prevent similar accidents in the future. For example, if a worker falls from scaffolding, the immediate cause might appear to be their failure to use proper fall protection equipment. However, this surface-level analysis misses the deeper systemic issues that may have contributed to the incident. Beneath these surface-level factors lie underlying conditions, systemic issues that create an environment conducive to accidents. These underlying conditions might include inadequate safety training programs, unclear procedures or expectations, poor maintenance schedules, or insufficient resources allocated to safety. A culture that implicitly prioritizes speed over safety, inadequate supervision, communication breakdowns between shifts or departments, and production pressure that encourages risk-taking all represent underlying conditions that can contribute to accidents. These underlying conditions often remain dormant until they combine with active failures to produce an accident. They represent the organizational and systemic weaknesses that make accidents more likely to occur. Addressing these conditions requires a deeper level of organizational change and commitment than simply fixing immediate causes. Delving deeper into the accident's context reveals a more complex web of underlying conditions that set the stage for the immediate causes to occur. These systemic issues permeate the organization's culture, processes, and practices, creating an environment where accidents are more likely, even if they don't directly cause them. Consider a scenario where a worker falls from a scaffolding. The immediate cause might be identified as the worker's failure to use proper fall protection equipment. However, a thorough investigation might uncover underlying conditions such as inadequate safety training, unclear communication of safety protocols, or a work culture that implicitly prioritizes speed over caution. These underlying conditions create an environment where safety violations become more probable, even if they don't directly cause any single accident. Addressing only the immediate causes often leads to quick fixes that fail to prevent similar accidents in the future. For instance, in the scaffolding example, simply disciplining the worker or reiterating the importance of using fall protection equipment might seem like a solution. However, if the underlying conditions remain unchanged, Similar incidents are likely to occur again, possibly involving different workers or slightly altered circumstances. On the other hand, focusing on underlying conditions allows for more comprehensive and effective solutions. This approach might lead to a revamp of the safety training program, improvements in communication processes, or efforts to shift the organizational culture towards one that truly prioritizes safety. These solutions address the root causes of the problem and have the potential to prevent a wide range of accidents, not just those identical to the one that occurred. It's important to note that underlying conditions often develop over time and can become normalized within an organization. Employees and management may become accustomed to certain risks or inefficiencies, viewing them as just the way things are done. This normalization of deviance can make it challenging to identify underlying conditions without a deliberate and systematic investigation process. Furthermore, underlying conditions often intersect and reinforce each other. For example, inadequate training might be exacerbated by poor communication systems, while a production-focused culture might lead to insufficient investment in equipment maintenance. Understanding these interconnections is crucial for developing holistic solutions that address the full complexity of the situation. Uncovering underlying conditions requires a different approach than identifying immediate causes. While immediate causes can often be pinpointed through direct observation and interviews, underlying conditions demand a more thorough analysis of organizational practices, historical data, and cultural factors. This might involve reviewing past incident reports, analyzing trends in safety metrics, conducting anonymous surveys, or bringing in external experts to provide an unbiased perspective. Ultimately, the goal of distinguishing between immediate causes and underlying conditions is to move beyond a reactive approach to safety and towards a proactive one. By addressing underlying conditions, organizations can create resilient systems that are less prone to accidents, rather than simply responding to incidents as they occur. This proactive approach not only enhances safety but can also boost efficiency, improve employee morale, and strengthen organizational culture. In conclusion, while immediate causes provide important information about how an accident occurred, it's the identification and addressing of underlying conditions that truly hold the key to preventing future incidents. By broadening the scope of accident investigations to include these systemic factors, organizations can develop more effective, long-lasting solutions that create genuinely safer work environments. Well, that's enough for part 1. Join me next time where we will continue by looking at evaluating the role of human factors in accidents. Thank you for watching.